Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to dig into a really powerful idea from the book Seven Dimensions of Wealth. And it's this: what if our whole modern definition of success is actually setting us up for a life that feels, well, fragmented and kind of empty? This book gives us a framework to build a life that's not just successful on the outside, but truly whole on the inside.
Okay, so this quote right here, this is pretty much the entire book in a nutshell. It gets right to the heart of that feeling, you know the one, where you feel like you are absolutely crushing it in one part of your life, but you're paying a really steep price somewhere else. This quote is the diagnosis for that feeling, and the framework we're about to explore, well, that's the cure.
So let's start with what the book calls the success illusion. It's that nagging feeling a lot of us have, right? The career is going great, the bank account looks good, but deep down you just feel drained, maybe a little disconnected, and you're left wondering, wait, is this really all there is?
And this gets to the core problem it identifies, this idea of fragmented success. It's where a huge win in one area, like your job, can totally mask a quiet collapse in other parts of your life that are just as important. You're living a life that works, a functional life, but it's not really a flourishing one.
Do any of these hit a little close to home? The book makes a really key point. This kind of imbalance, it doesn't just happen overnight. It's the slow drip of 1,000 tiny compromises. I'm saying yes to one more project, skipping one more family dinner, and these things compound over time until you wake up one day and just wonder how you got so far off track.
All right, so if the world's version of success can lead us down this fragmented path, what's the alternative? And that question right there leads us straight to the core insight of the entire book. We need a totally different definition of what it means to be wealthy.
The book reframes this whole idea of wealth around one ancient Hebrew word, shalom. Now, shalom doesn't just mean peace, like the absence of fighting. It's so much deeper. It means a profound sense of wholeness, where every single part of your life is aligned and thriving just the way it was designed to.
Oh, I love this slide because it puts the two mindsets right next to each other. See, on the left, you've got the world's default setting, accumulation. It's all about having more, owning more, asking, how much can I get? But on the right, you have this completely different way of thinking, alignment. It's about being whole, about stewardship, asking, how well can I manage what I've been given for purpose bigger than myself? It's a huge shift.
So that's the big idea. But how do you actually do it? How do you make this shift practical? Well, that's where the book's mental model for life architecture comes in. It's called the 7D Kingdom Wealth Framework, and it's designed to help you intentionally build that sense of shalom into your everyday life.
And boom, here it is, the whole system in one image. Now, don't worry about trying to read all the small text at once. Just notice the flow. See how it starts with a solid foundation at the bottom? Then it moves up to stewardship in the middle, and it all culminates in impact at the top. The whole thing is built to work in that exact order.
And that flow, that order is absolutely crucial. You can't just skip ahead to the impact part. A strong foundation is what makes wise stewardship possible. And that wise stewardship is what allows you to have a lasting impact. The order is there to protect you.
So let's take a quick look at what's actually inside each of those tiers, because this is where the theory really turns into a practical roadmap for your life. The book makes this argument that everything you see in your life, all the external stuff, it rests entirely on the strength of your invisible, internal world. If that foundation is shaky, the whole structure is at risk of crumbling.
So this foundation is built on two things. First, your spiritual wealth, which the book calls the heart, your core connection with God. And second, your intellectual wealth. That's the mind, which is all about renewing how you think and always pursuing growth. Heart and mind. Together, they form the anchor for everything else.
Okay, so once that foundation is solid, then we can move up to this next level. This is all about how you manage the resources and the capacity that you've been given. This is basically the stuff of your daily life. And in this tier, you've got 4 key resources you're managing every day. Your time wealth, how you use your hours, your social wealth, the health of your relationships, your financial wealth, your money and assets, and your physical wealth, your health and energy. The book calls these your capacity builders. They basically decide how much you can actually do for the long haul.
And at last, we get to the top. This is the ultimate purpose. This is the why. The reason you work so hard on your foundation and manage your resources so well isn't just for your own stability. It's to make a real difference that goes beyond yourself.
And this final tier is all about legacy wealth.
Now, the book is super clear. This has nothing to do with being famous or having your name on a building. It's about the positive ripple effects you create that outlive you. You know, the people you invest in, the values you pass down to your kids, the work that keeps blessing people long after you're gone.
Okay, so that's the whole framework, but how do you actually apply it? How do you figure out where you are right now? Well, the book gives us this simple but really powerful diagnostic tool it calls your life wheel. The metaphor here is just perfect. As you can see, when all 7 of these dimensions are balanced and in proportion, your life is like a smooth, round wheel. It rolls easily. But when one area gets neglected, let's say your physical health, it creates a flat spot on the tire. And you know what happens then. The faster you try to go, the more wobbly and unstable the whole ride gets.
And that leaves us with the final, and I think most provocative question the book asks. It's a challenge, really. It challenges us to look beyond the world's scoreboard of success and instead start chasing a more holistic, integrated, and truly wealthy life, a life of shalom.